Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to Post Cologne. Today I'm going to be unboxing two brand new releases from Fragrance World. They're French Avenue Moonstone Bleu and Noir. So let's jump into it. All right, we are back with another unboxing first impressions video of two brand new releases from Fragrance World. They're French Avenue Moonstone series, the Bleu and Noir. Scoop these up from Fragrance Buy, and the links are going to be down in the description if you decide you want to check these out. So pretty excited to try these ones out. Don't know what to expect from them, but let's quit screwing around. Let's get into it. All right, kicking things off from Fragrance World, we're going with their French Avenue Moonstone Bleu. Now you can scoop this up for $33 at Fragrance Buy, and like I said, don't know too much about these, so let's just dive right in, shall we? All right, and there we have the box presentation for French Avenue Moonstone Bleu. Nice thick cardboard box, has a kind of like this concrete stone sort of texture that's on there right there. French Avenue on the top, and we do have this little kind of plasticky window that's right here. It's a little bit of a thicker plastic, but it is, you know, you could damage that. And we do see our crooked bottle sitting on the inside of this slide off cover like so. Oh, interesting bottle we got here, sitting in a little podium like so. So decent box presentation. This is quite the bottle. So, you know, kind of a typical glass, very heavy style of bottle here, but this cap here is a moonstone, I suppose, as the name would suggest. So very interesting cap on this one. It is quite heavy. I'm not sure what this is made of. It feels like stone, but definitely will not crush in my powerful hands. And the atomizer on this bad boy. Fat puffs on this. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit better. Goes a decent distance. Fat puffs on this will absolutely get the job done. But what does this smell like? So right off the rip, just smelling this in the air, really nice, kind of like clean, gentlemanly, like dapper, barbershoppy style of fragrance that's in the air. A little hint of some spice, but you get a lot of this like really clean, almost like powdery style of lavender that's coming through. There's some of this like violet leaf that's kind of worked in there. There's a little touches of some florals, but it's really about that kind of like that lavender, that really clean, fresh shave, like old school barbershop kind of vibe going on to it. Very dapper, gentlemanly. So let's get this on paper. Let's dive in. Yeah, so right off the rip, just smelling this off paper, a little bit different than it was in the air. Getting more of this kind of like sharp, metallic, like aldehyde style of note that's coming through, mixing in with a little touch of some spice, but I'm still getting that violet leaf, I'm still getting that lavender, so it's still giving that barbershoppy kind of quality to it, but a little bit more texture off this paper than it was immediately in the air. There was that kind of sharpness in the air, but it's a lot more prominent off this test strip right now. But like I said, very clean. It's got a very mature kind of like old school vibe going on to it, and I am digging this. Yeah, as this is opening up a little bit more, that lavender is starting to push forward more like it was in the air. So as I've already said, very clean lavender that's coming through. There is this muskiness that's pushing forward. It has a little bit of a sweetness going on to it, like hints of like a vanillic sweetness. It is kind of tucked in. It's not like a sweet style of fragrance, but it's got that cleanness to it, that kind of sweet muskiness that you get from some fragrances. Still has that kind of texture, that like aldehyde sort of feel going on to it, and just a little bit of spice, a little bit of additional florals kind of around the edges, but it's mostly about that clean lavender, that muskiness that's coming through, a little touch of some sweetness. Very nice. Yeah, this is a really nice fragrance. It's not going to be for everybody. This does have a very mature vibe. Like the first thoughts that came into my mind is this kind of reminds me of like my dad or like someone's grandfather, and not in a like an insulting way in any way, just that kind of classic barbershoppy, clean, fresh, gentlemanly sort of vibe. The lavender is just really coming forward more as this opens up, and still has that really nice muskiness that's going on, that kind of aldehyde, clean sharpness that's there, and really digging this one so far. So let's skip to the dry down, see how this unfolds, and we'll go from there. All right, back with the dry down of Fragrance World's French Avenue Moonstone Bleu. Been about an hour. Let's settle down, do its own thing. Really liking the dry down on this. So those aldehydes that were there, that had that bit of a kind of a sharp, almost metallic sort of edge going on to it, have really kind of softened it more of like a soapy aldehyde accord, mixing it with that clean lavender, and you get some nice like earthiness that's come through with a touch of spice in the dry down, but you also get this really nice sweet white musk that's there, a little bit like of a vanillic accord that's mixing in with that white musk, and it still has this really nice texture that's going on, like kind of like a honey or an ambery style of texture that's there, just giving it almost like a flirty coziness that's in the base, but it's still got that really kind of clean barbershoppy sort of feel, that kind of classic sort of barbershop vibe going on to it, but it's kind of developed into like a little bit of a flirty edge to it, and I'm just digging this overall. It's just a really nice, fresh, clean, semi-sweet style of barbershop fragrance, and I enjoy that kind of scent accord. I think this is going to be the scent of the day, to be quite honest. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with this. I have heard that this is like a twist on the Penhaleon's Sartorial. I haven't had my nose on that fragrance, so I couldn't tell you if it's good dupe, if it's close or not, but that's what people on the internet are saying, so it must be true. So overall, for 33 bucks, really enjoying the scent accord on this one. We'll have to test the performance and get back to y'all, but overall, pretty pleased. That's Fragrance World's French Avenue Moonstone Bleu. All right, next up from Fragrance World, we're going with their French Avenue Moonstone Noir. Now, also $33 at Fragrance Buy, and don't know anything about this one as well, just that it's a different color box. So let's jump in. All right, there we have the box presentation for Moonstone Noir. Exact same as the Bleu, just black. Nice thick cardboard box. Opens up like so. Crooked bottle, again, sitting in this podium sort of. And bottle presentation, the exact same, just in a different color. Has this kind of nice gold shimmer that's going on there. That's a nice little added touch. Cap on this, the exact same nice heavy rock, I guess. And atomizer on this, I'm assuming is going to be the same. Absolutely, nice fat puffs on this will go a decent distance, will get the job done. But what does this smell like? So right off the rip, just smelling this in the air, a lot more of a darker, deeper style of fragrance than the Bleu was. Has a really nice smokiness that's going on to it. Has this little touch of some oud, some woodiness that's there, but there's also this sweet note that's in the air. So it's like an ambery vanilla almost that's kind of like balancing off against that kind of really dark, deep, smoky, woody style of scent DNA. So I'm digging this one. There's a bit of a leathery touch in the air as well. So yeah, leather, woods, little touch of some sweetness, has that smoky aspect. I'm digging this. Let's dive in. Yeah, so right off the rip, just smelling this off paper. Has this kind of like smoky oud, but it's not like a very like, it's not a skanky oud. It's a bit of a woody oud, not a sweet oud. It's just kind of like a subtle oud that's mixing in with some other woody notes. Has that smokiness, not over the top with the smokiness. It's not like blashed in the face or like an aggressive smokiness, but kind of like just a nice kind of almost like gentlemanly style of smokiness, if that makes any sort of sense. It has that touch of leather that's in there and a little bit of the sweet, but it's kind of got this balsam, woody, smoky aspect that's going on. I'm digging this one. Very dark style of fragrance. As it's opening up a little bit more, that leather is coming forward more. So it's a nice kind of like elegant, smooth style of like luxury leather. It's not like a rugged, like cowboy saddle style of leather. It has like a bit of a luxury sort of feel to it. It is mixing in with that woody accord. The smokiness is starting to kind of just drop a little bit, but it's mixing in with that rich leather as well. And there is that little hint of that sweetness just to kind of round out the edges ever so, like just giving it like a softness around the edge that's really working well with that leather. But the leather is definitely coming forward more, still has that woody, smoky aspect. This is nice. Yeah, this is a very like masculine style of fragrance. It opened fairly bold, but it's starting to soften into a little bit more of a gentlemanly accord, if you will. So like that smoky, oody aspect that was in that opening is kind of gelling in with that leather and just kind of smoothing out ever so slightly. So it doesn't have that rugged sort of feel, but it does have that kind of masculine, gentlemanly sort of vibe going on to it as well, and just pretty well balanced at this point. So let's skip to the dry down, see how this unfolds, and we'll go from there. All right, back with the dry down of Fragrance World's French Avenue Moonstone Noir. Been about an hour. Let's settle down, do its own thing. Really nice dry down on this one. Very smooth style of fragrance that's come through, but it still holds that kind of masculine, deep, dark richness that's there. Nice woody profile that's in there, some vetiver. You're still getting touches of that woody oud, almost kind of like an ambery woodiness that's coming through as well. Little touch of some sweet vanilla that's just kind of rounding it out, and it's just infusing with this really kind of, like I said before, this elegant, soft, like luxurious style of leather that's here. And there's like a little touch of this balsam, so it has like a bit of a spice, a bit of a resin sort of like edge to this one, and just kind of adding like a little added character, some mystique to this one. And through it's really well balanced. I'm really liking the subtle sweetness that's there, the woody profile that's here. You're still getting like some of that dark, rich, kind of smoky aspect, but it's not like it was at the opening. It has really faded, but it kind of just infused those woods really well, and overall it's just working it really nice for me, and I am enjoying this one. Definitely got that kind of like fall time, like leather jackets, kind of gentlemanly, dapper sort of feel going on to it, and pending performance, I think this was a great pickup. I'm really enjoying the scent accord on this one. Not sure what this might be trying to dupe. There was a moment where I thought this kind of had a Tom Ford sort of vibe, like maybe a little bit in the oud wood sort of territory, but that quickly left. I don't really find it's in that neighborhood, but so I'm not sure what it's cloning, is what I'm saying right now. But kind of had a moment where I thought it was a Tom Ford, but I'm gonna have to get back to you guys. I'm gonna do some investigation, but overall, pretty pleased with this one. That's Fragrance World's French Avenue Moonstone Noir. All right, so there you have it. That's my unboxing of 2 new Fragrance World releases from their French Avenue Moonstone series. 2 for 2 on this one, in my opinion. Really enjoying both of these, but I want to hear from you guys. What's another Fragrance World fragrance you want to see me do an unboxing for, full review, all that jazz? Comment down below. Love hearing from you guys. Love getting your different recommendations, your hidden gems, different taste and scent profiles. Appreciate you. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.